Okay, hello, this is Drac Keegan again. Again, I'm working with CS4 Adobe Photoshop, working with a Bamboo Wacom pen-only tablet. I am finished with the coloring of my character, as you see. Let me zoom in and out for you, so you can see. There he is, all colored. I did a little bit of smudging with the fur, as you see, around his face and chest and abdomen and tail. And a couple of the stripes. What I'm going to show you now is shading. The shading goes above the line art. So select your line art layer and the add layer button. And again, you can name it shade, shading, shadow, whatever you like. You want to choose a darker color of the main pelt. Unfortunately, with him, it's going to be almost completely black. You can either use a flat brush for flat shading or a fuzzy brush for more faded look shading. I'm gonna try with the faded look. You want it kind of big. A lot of people color the whole character. I don't do that. I only do areas that I know I want shaded. Always know where your light source is. Right now my light source is going to be up here. It's going to be behind him. So therefore, this way you know where your shadow needs to go. And like I said, shading is not my best part, so bear with me here. Some of it's kind of common sense. Oh, okay, well that leg's behind there, so you're going to have a little bit of a shade. This whole part's going to be shaded. Oh, as you notice, he's no longer selected. All I did was go to select and deselect, and he is no longer selected. In case you were wondering about that. Inside of his ears, a little bit up here. I'm gonna shrink it a bit. A little bit of shading up in his hair here. Maybe a little bit under his neck. About there. Okay, now you change your mode, which your mode is right here, from normal to multiply. You can see it a little bit better. Now you play with your opacity until you get it to how you want it. I think right about there is good. So now I no longer need this reference up here, so I'm going to close it. I'm going to zoom in and erase. Again, if you use the fuzzy brush to shade, you want to use the fuzzy brush to erase. Where I don't want the shading. There are so many ways to shade. This is just one of dozens of ways. Everyone has their own style and way of doing it. Okay, if you find a spot you didn't shade and you wanted to, just get your pen, or your paintbrush, I'm sorry. And then go back and fix whatever you didn't want. See, it's hard to tell because he's a dark character. But I want this open. Yeah, it's definitely hard to tell where you're shading here. So you might want to bring the opacity up a bit so you can see where it's at. And then put it back later. That's what I'm going to do because I don't want his cheek. You want shading along his muscle right here in a circular motion to show the muscle. And same if you're cutting it off here. So I think the shading would actually not even start until about there. So I'm gonna go here and here. Okay. And then we're gonna go in here, and this is all gonna be not shaded. I would stop the shading about there. And you can start again right here. Oops. See, I messed up. Edit. Undo. Just undid everything. I know there's a hotkey for it, but I do not know what it is. If anyone does, please comment below for me. That'd be great. The abdomen. You kind of want to get a roundness because of the ribs. So you want to erase. If that makes sense. You know, because they're not flat. They've got bellies and ribs, bones and flesh and all that, and so you're trying to make it look realistic. Let's see. I kind of wanted that one to stay. I'm gonna shrink and shade some of his hair here. Shading, like I said, there are so many ways, and I'm not that good at shading. Some people like the way I shade. I don't in particular, but I'm my own worst critic, I'm told. So shading here because, like we said, the light source is going to be up here somewhere behind him. Okay. So that part will be shaded, and then down to probably about here. And I would start shading for the bottom here about here, because like I said, light source is behind him, so that part won't be shaded. I'm gonna erase, oops, I'm gonna erase a little bit of this. Okay. Try to stay constant with the flow of the fur or your character. And that's pretty much, I think I'm good. I'm going to lower the opacity again. About to there. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Oh, whoa. My apologies. Photoshop's having a little fit. Okay, there we go. Now, you're thinking, alright, what about all the shading on the outside? Do I have to erase it all? No, you do not. Go to the line art layer. Pick your magic wand again. Click on the outside of the character. In here, I discovered. And then we're somewhere else that... right here. Whoops. You gotta be careful where you hit this thing. And you can do your select, modify, expand by one. Then go to your shade layer. Edit and cut. Now everything outside the lines of that character is gone. Save for one little spot right there. which for some reason, oh, I'm on brush, I'm sorry. So, you know, some spaces you have to erase on your own, like, you know, little spots, like, if I'm on the right layer, if, like right there. Okay, that's pretty much it as far as character drawing. There's my dark chi. My next tutorial will be on special effects because I want some smoke coming out of his front paws. Actually, I can do that right now real quick. It won't take long. I would stay in the shade layer because you want it going over his paws. And it's going to be a dark color. So I'm going to go with right around here. Fuzzy, obviously. And somewhat big. And you just get out the eraser. I apologize. I'm not paying attention. Now remember, your shade layer is is a lower opacity, so you're not going to see it that well. But all I'm doing is swirls, kind of like fire, if you will, or smoke. Make it darker. You can go into color and add a little bit in there so that you can see, and it kind of gives it more of an effect. And then, fun part is, you take the smudge tool and you smudge it all together. And you swirl it however you want it. See? Makes it look like you took hours on it when really it took seconds. To me, that looks... I'm happy with it. It looks good to me. A little bit further out, a little bit here. Here. Okay. The other paw here, and do the same thing. If it was the red fire look or a red smoke look, you'd have red, yellow, and orange and white. I mean, a lot more colors. I could even add in some pure white in this if I wanted to. I don't, but I'll put some lighter gray in it. And I think it would make it look a little bit better. Okay, and then you smudge that in as well. Okay, you've got a smoke effect coming from his paws, since he is a dark chi. And yeah, be careful with smudge, because they'll take away the colors on your character too, right here. If you saw that. So I'm trying to fix it. Smudge that back up. Okay, and that's it for now. Next tutorial will be on backgrounds. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.